Peace and love. Let's get into some of the energies happening around us. All right. So, really quickly, I want to talk a little bit about um, the builders and the dismantlers. Okay. I don't know where you are, where you exist in the world, but here in the U.S., we're now dealing with a government that is headed by dismantlers. And they're two different types of people, obviously. Building is putting things together, dismantling is taking it apart. But there's something special about both of those. And here's an analogy that I thought of. The idea that somebody could get a Lego set, all right? Some of these more elaborate ones, they can put those Lego sets together in no time. And as a matter of fact, they delight in putting those Lego sets together. It brings them joy. If they didn't put the Lego set together based on the instructions, they could probably take those pieces and create something different with them. Or they can take those pieces, if they take it apart, they can reassemble it and make it into something better or making it something different. Okay? Those are the builders. They take time and they take effort to create things. All right? They're patient with their creations. Even if they have to pull some of the Legos apart, it'll be done with, maybe sadness, but they'll look back on it and it'll be done carefully. The dismantlers, these people don't have the ability to build the Lego set in the first place. Okay? If you give them, maybe, of course, the three-piece ones, the three-piece minifig, they can put together the three-piece minifig with just the head, the cap, and the body, right? But the elaborate Lego sets, they wouldn't be able to build them with the instructions included, okay? So not only can they not build them with the instructions included, they definitely would not be able to create anything else with just the pieces laying there bare, okay? So they don't have the ability to create. It is not one of their gifts. What is the gift of the dismantler? The gift of the dismantler is pulling the things apart. That's what brings them the joy. Taking the pieces of the set apart. Remember, they had no hand in creating it because they can't create it. They don't have that skill set. They only have the skill set to remove the pieces. And they don't remove the pieces like the builder would, because the builder would remove the pieces with a little bit of patience, with knowledge that they put it together and the time that it took to put them together. So they're going to make sure that they pull it apart in the right manner, right? But the dismantlers just takes it and they smash it. They just want to smash it because the joy for them is just tearing the shit up, okay? That's what brings them to delight. But here's the other fallacy or the issue with the dismantler, because they also are jealous of the builder. They're jealous of the person that has the ability to put the thing together in the first place, okay? So they sit there seething, angry, and mad at the builder, okay? Plotting the eventual destruction of the builder and the creation. But they have to orchestrate things in the meantime to make it seem as if when the destruction comes and when the thing has been dismantled, that the person who dismantled it actually was the one who built it in the first place. Okay? It's a major mind game that requires its own skill set. It requires its own type of patience. Okay? It requires its own type of diligence. When we're talking about this energy, we're talking about the energies of light and dark. And we're talking about the energies of the Most High and the demonic energies of life. Okay? Both of these energies require patience, whether you're dealing with light or dark. Both of them execute and operate in the world in different ways. One exists where the other exists. It's always been that way since the beginning of time. The dismantler waits in the shadows for its opportunity to tear the creation apart and create it anew in a distorted way, because it won't ever be built correctly. Because truthfully and honestly, The builder is able to build it because they have love in their heart. If they have just the love for the Lego piece itself or the Lego creation, right? It's the love of doing it. That's the idea of building something. It has to come with the love of doing it in the first place. And so anything in life that's built with any truth and with any strength is built with the idea of love, all right? With the hope and open heart energy. So when you're building things with hatred, the foundation is rocky. It's going to receive a tower moment. It's going to fall eventually. And that's the problem with the dismantler, because they always have to wait at the top of the tower knowing that one day it will fall, right? Because it will. Because they built it with no true strength. And so that's what we're going to look at today in the cards, because we want to talk about the dismantlers and what do they really want. And I'm going to tell you what they want. I'm going to look at the cards. When you're dealing with the energy of the devil or demonic energies, higher level demonic energies, because, they don't really deal in greed. They don't really deal in money. Those are tangible things. Those are things that are for here on earth. That's not necessary for them. What is necessary for the demon on earth? Yes, money, power, all right? But the issue is, I don't know, we'll talk more about it. The demonic energy, the higher level, the devil, it doesn't deal in tangible things. It deals in control. Control of the mind, control of the heart, control of the spirit. It deals in confusion. It wants to keep you locked in a state of confusion. And mainly it operates through fear. Okay? So what the dismantler does, they come onto the scene, and it's also for shock value too. It's also to get you off your core, to get you rocking, to get you moving. Because they pull the pieces away quickly. They're tearing the shit up quickly. They're throwing it on the ground. They want you to see it to some degree. They want you to feel it. They want you to feel it. Don't forget that they want to eventually rewrite it, and eventually they want to rewrite it as their own because they put it together in the first place. All right? They were the original creators. Whatever was created in the beginning, they were jealous of it, so they had to dismantle it and create it in their own image. It's kind of like that, So as they're pulling it apart, the higher level energy, the devil energy, they delight in that because they delight in that energy of chaos, the chaotic energies of life, where people are confused. They don't know if they're going left or right, up or down. They don't know where they're going. And that's the key. When you have people in a state of fear, you bring about that energy of confusion. When you bring that energy of confusion into your life, you are easily manipulated and easily controlled. The ones are in power are not in power necessarily because they're strong, okay? They're in power because they are manipulators. Do they know how to manipulate others? Others, yes. But they also are easily manipulated as well. That's why they also operate in a fear space. They're also fearful. They're fearful of losing everything that they have. They're fearful of being exposed for who they are. What they're not fearful of is going to hell, because I'm going to tell you why. They're more concerned about creating hell for people here on earth. That's what gives them their power. But don't forget that they operate in fear. So they're afraid of their own shadows. They're afraid to sleep at night. They're afraid that things will crumble down on them. They're afraid that things will be taken away from them. The other day, I did a reading about the divine masculine energy and honoring that, and I talked about Dr. King. I was talking to my students. We were talking about him yesterday. Dr. King went to jail 29 times. That's something that we don't necessarily say about him. Maybe he wasn't there long each time, but he went to jail 29 times. And why is that? Because truly in this world, if you are a spiritual warrior, you're not afraid to go through the fire. But the ones who are weak and the cowards, they can't even stand it. They can't even look at the fire. They can't even look at it because they won't be able to walk into it and walk on the other side. They'll crumble or they'll burn and turn to ash. There are two different types of people. People who are fortified by spirit that can walk through fire and come out on the other side strengthened and ready for the battle, and those who would disappear in the flames. And that's what these people are afraid of, that they'll disappear in the flames. And ultimately they would, but they have to keep the chaos alive, because the chaos emboldens them and the other minions and people who live their lives afraid of themselves, afraid of the world, afraid of who they are, really. Because truthfully and honestly, like I've talked about a million times on this channel, we come to this planet with two things: the physical body, which is a vessel for the spirit. The main reason that we're here is to elevate the spirit, which is the spiritual body. It's the spiritual purpose, the spiritual nature of who you are. The deep, deep part on the inside. The part that exists after the body is gone to the ground, right? If you come here with spiritual work in mind, spiritual purpose in mind, whatever your belief is, your belief doesn't have to be the same as mine. Your spirituality doesn't have to be the same as mine. But you believe in treating people good, and you believe in uplifting yourself and uplifting others with kindness and with that type of energy. The ones who are afraid, they don't care about their spirits. They wouldn't even know how to nurture it. But what they do is they're spirit eaters. They take from other people's spirit, which means they drain it. They drain you of your power. Power is not money. Power is not, a high level position. Power is how you feel about yourself. Power is what you tell yourself. Power is the faith that you believe in, that you are, who you say you are, that you are somebody, that's the power. Power is the belief in you. So they slowly and gradually take away the belief in you, the belief that you are who you say you are. That's the spirit eater. They steal from you. And as they're able to steal your spirit through the chaos, through the manipulations, through the fear, they prey on you. They're energized by that. Okay, don't forget they're cowards. They have to be fed somehow. So they prey on that, and they're fulfilled through that. And that's how they live. They wait in the shadows for the opportunity to prey on others through fear. That's where we are right now. The reading I had the other day, the Divine Masculine, if you are spiritually aware, in whatever way that means for you, spirituality is different for many of us, you are 10 steps ahead of your enemy, all right? Spiritual warfare is not necessarily me putting on armor, going out screaming into the world. The energies of spirit can be light, can be soft, they can be hard, whatever it is for the time, whatever is needed, I'll take the energy of a tower or something fortified like, steel or, cement or whatever built in water. The water is able to flow and move slowly and move rapidly, whatever it needs to around the tower. But the tower can't necessarily move. It doesn't have that same gift of movement. The tower will keep you stuck. That energy will keep you stuck. But the idea of being spiritually adept or being a spiritual warrior out here dealing with these energies is the ability to be able to move when needed and to be light and fierce like water, depending upon what's needed at the time. Also, we talk about being light as a feather. Can you be picked up by spirit and moved forward on the mission? Or are you going to stay still? The people who are afraid in life are the ones who are afraid to move. They're afraid to give up anything. But true power is fortified through going through the fire. The fire is loss of life. It's not all roses. But the ones who want it all, they want the reward without any of the strife or without having to go through the battle. But they'll take you because you've gone through the battle. They'll use you up. And they want your spiritual fire. And that's where we are right now. Why am I here? What is this about? When dealing with spiritual work, you have to maintain an open heart space, which means you have to have a certain type of faith that shines a light even in the darkest of moments. The light doesn't have to necessarily be as bright for others to see, but it has to be at least bright enough for you to see your way out of it, or even know that there's a hole to climb up out of it. If you do not see that there's a hole or way out of darkness, you're not going to be able to get out. You're going to be trapped. And that's what it's about, keeping people trapped. The key to turning on the light is through the heart. What does that mean? First, it means loving who you are in spite of what people might say about you, in spite of what people might make you feel about who you are. All right? That's the goal, is the loving yourself. If you haven't gotten there yet, that's where you need to be, right? That flips on the light, the self-love piece. Once you flip on that self-love piece and you flip on that light, you feel strong in who you are, your feet are firmly planted on the ground, and you say, Spirit, I'm ready for direction, what do I need to do? Then those messages will start coming to you. If you don't flip on the light, if you don't flip on the heart space, you do not get those messages. You do not have an understanding of your purpose and your movement forward. You're not accessing your spirit properly. Okay. The dismantlers, friends, they feel joy in chaos in ways. They feel fortified. They feel it's false, but they feel emboldened, you know? They wait for it. They've been waiting in the shadows for it. Don't forget. They've been waiting for the shadow, waiting in the shadows. So if you've been waiting for the shadows for something, and if you're operating with demonic energy, and you know you're coming out full force, you're gonna come out and you're gonna try to tear things down as much as you can in the shortest amount of time possible. All right? Because don't forget the person that tears it down, they can't wait for so long because they have to start conditioning the minds of the people to believe that they built it, okay? That they built it, that they put it together. They have to control the mind. They have to they need you to forget who put it together in the first place. They need you to forget the original builder. The creativity of the original builder. They need that to be wiped out. So they have to move quickly. Tell us about the dismantler. Let's get some cards down. And this is the Luna, the Ethereal Visions, the Luna edition. So we have the Six of Cups, nostalgia, innocence, childlike wonder, joyfulness, delighting in life. That's the energies of the Six of Cups. Honoring, looking at the past, honoring the past. We have the King of Swords. This is interesting to me too, especially being a history teacher. This King of Swords sits here and he has the smoke here. The smoke brings about purification here. Anytime you're dealing with the swords energy, you're dealing with truth, the purification of truth. The purification of truth comes about with understanding the past. That's why there's a huge push to rewrite history right now and to remove certain historical portions from the books and from the classroom. They don't want you to have a true understanding of history because the main thing that this Dismantler wants to do is they want to rewrite it in their own image. They want to change it. They want to distort it, okay? They want you to forget the origins of certain things, all right? These actions have to come about extremely quick, all right? They have to move fast with this when they have the opportunity because they've been waiting in the shadows, don't forget. They've been waiting in the shadows to wipe your mind. It sounds sci-fi, but please, friends, understand that things that are written in film and these things, these are ideas and these are things that play out in life. If I'm bringing up demons and I'm bringing up the energies, these are things that play out in life. If you don't, you got to start paying attention. The Chariot. It's something powerful here with this combination. For me, the Chariot is the movement of the spirit. It's the movement of the Most High energy, Mother, Father, Creator, whatever it is for you. Ultimately, those energies prevail in the end, okay? When things have been burned to ash, the truth is still there. The truth is still there. Somebody knows the truth. In this particular energy here, this particular King of Swords, he knows the truth because he understands the past. He knows how important it is how to understand the past. He knows the danger that comes from this smoke, because the smoke can bring about purification, but the smoke can also, with smoking your eyes or smoking things out, they can bring about confusion, but they can also bring about purification. So if the smoke goes in two ways. To smoke something out means to clear out those negative entities or energies, to get them out of there. So smoke can go two ways, but the answers are always in the past, what happened before us. The Chariot is that movement, that spiritual movement when you're operating in truth. The King of Swords is operating in truth. The Empress, the original creators here with the Six of Cups. The Ace of Wands. So this particular reading is not necessarily about what they want, because we already know what they want. They want it all. They want everything that you can give them. They want your mind. They want your heart. They want your money. They want your time. They want your attention. They want all eyes on them every single moment. They want you up at night. They want you biting your nails. They want all those things from you. They want it all. That's what they want. But the King of Swords is saying that the key to it all is standing in the light of truth, holding on to the knowledge of the past. Not just the past if we go back, to our ancestors, but just even the past of your life, who you are. Standing firm in your foundation, standing firm in your spiritual truth is the key to it all. Believing in the power of the innocence of life that was in the last reading with this card. The delightfulness in coming together with these two characters here. In this particular country, and not just ours, we've had to fight. We've had to fight to get to this point where we've been able to come together like this. Different races to come together and to share. These two children are sharing. This wasn't always the case. But if we forget this part of history, the fact that we had to fight for it, the fact that truths had to be known, then how distorted are we if we don't have an understanding of the fight that got us here? They want you to forget the fight. This particular King of Swords, he has the sword of truth. He has the smoke that can bring about purification. He has the ability to smoke them out, to smoke out all the diabolical, minions, the ones who live in evil and corruption and foolishness. He can smoke them out. He has that particular power. He can do that. Whether he does it or not, he knows. He doesn't actively have to go out doing all those things. He just knows it. He knows the truth of the situation. And that's the key of it as well. Knowing the truth of the situation, knowing what the enemy wants before they demand it of you is very important. We have the Queen of Cups here with the Empress. The truth of the sword, honoring the mind here. That power that comes from honoring the mind and using it full force, vicious, striking. The Queen of Cups comes here. She talks about the heart. The creation that's done with the Empress, with the fierceness of the mind and the openness of the heart. That's how you defeat it. That's how you're able to operate and move in a world where it's being dismantled around you. Honoring your truth, the fierceness of the mind, and the openness of the heart. The protection of the smoke is given to you. Spirit is saying you're protected. Believing that you're protected. Believing that you have the ability to walk around with that armor. We have the Page and we have the Knight of Cups. We're just missing the King. The Cups energy is the emotional body. It's the energy of love. That's the only way. That's the only way through it. That's the only way through the chaos and the corruption. Not in a naive way, where you're just saying, I love everybody. I'm not paying attention to what's going on. Love will prevail. This was that. No, because don't forget we have this king here. He's willing to speak the truth. He's willing to speak the truth. He has no fear of using his mind. He has no fear of the sharpness of his mind. He has no fear of using the smoke to purify or to smoke out when need be. It's a clearing energy with that smoke. This is the energy of what they want here with the Eight of Swords to keep us stuck, to keep us all here, not knowing how to use the mind, because the sword deals with thoughts and the workings of the mind. You can't use your mind properly. You can't think straight. You're confused. You don't know what to do. How do I get out of the situation? What do I do? Why are they doing this to me? They're doing it to you because they want control. They can't control themselves. That's the problem. They have no control of themselves. So they have to control other people. They don't understand the importance of having control over themselves. That's true power. This King of Swords knows how to control themselves. The truth comes in that. I've mentioned that a billion times here. The idea that power is controlling others when power really is controlling the self. This is what it is. Hiding in plain sight here. Gobbling up everything. Wanting everything. Wanting to bring about destruction. With the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can be good, but in this card is confusion to me. It's confusion. I was reading yesterday, and now going forward too, and I would probably suggest you do the same thing. Choose your source on how you're going to receive your news as we head into these times. I've made point to just take off certain things off my phone. I've also don't do certain news outlets anymore. There's a news source that I go to. I like The Guardian. And so I've put that on my phone, and that's where I'll go to get an understanding of what's happening. I've always enjoyed that news source. I have a couple of commentators that I follow on YouTube. And, that's how I will get my news, Be careful of that as well, because that's also been corrupted. That's the beautiful thing about this King of Swords, especially with this Ace of Wands here underneath him, ready to create something new with this Ace of Wands. When they dismantle, this King of Wands comes in with the truth, but we also have the Ace of Wands, which this is earth energy. So planting something new in the barren landscape here with this King of Wands. Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, coming together, looking for soul family, coming together with your with like-minded people. The Three of Pentacles, this is the apprenticeship card, but they're all looking at the plans. They're looking at the plans because while people are making plans to dismantle, there are people who are making plans to rebuild. What does rebuilding look like? Rebuilding can just be in your household. These energies don't have to be so forward or so out there. They can be making changes to your personal life, making those plans. This is me right now, making plans with your community, making plans to fortify yourself as we move into uncertain times. Celebrating that life is still here, that we're still living, that we still have the chance to make changes, that we still have the ability to create no matter what's going on. Those things still exist. Building here with the Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. All right? This also here, the love, the outpouring, or that love will prevail. Whatever that is for you, you know? That even in the midst of it all, there's still people willing to come together. There's still people sharing in the same vision. There's still people ready to build, ready to create, ready to start over, ready to believe. Also, there are people who will work to protect the way they're cradling, you know? These are two different types of energies here. We have the one person that's willing to build, willing to risk it all here with the Eight of Pentacles, taking pride in what they create. This is the original builder that we were talking about earlier in the reading. This is the person that puts it together in the first place, the hard work that's required to put it together in the first place. This person finds joy in the creation. It takes time, right? They do this for a living, all right? It's what they've been called to do. And then you have the Four of Pentacles here, the dismantler. In this case, they didn't build it, but they have to hold on to it because they know they didn't build it. They know it doesn't really truly belong to them. The Four of Pentacles is not always a negative card to me, but in this case, it is. This is an open energy, and this is a closed one. The Four of Pentacles in this positive energy is, in my mind, planting a seed. The fours are stagnant a little bit in the tarot card, and when you read tarot, they not stagnant, but they're movements of they're cards of rest, with the Four Swords, the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands. And so the Four of Pentacles is that planting that initial seed and that energy that's required of non-movement to wait for it to burst forth through the earth. So Spirit is also saying if we plant seeds now, if we put the work in, if we bide the time, then new things will spring forth as well. Let's just get one more. Dealing with fools. Nobody ever said that to be in power you had to be smart. Nobody ever said that. There are plenty of fools in power. Right now we're dealing with fools. Okay? Fools masquerading as geniuses or as the highest level of intelligence. Don't believe it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Here are the fours we were looking for. 4 swords. It's time to rest right now. Not rest, but get prepared. Know what's going on. Know what's going on. Don't get riled up. There's always been conflict here. There's always been conflict. You know, we have Mother Earth. Mother Earth can attest to that. On this soil has always been conflict. We think about our ancestors, the things that they've gone through to get us to this point. All right? But in the end, there will always be balance. It has to be. It has to be. But right now, the scales are trying to tip dramatically, and we're asked to stay upright as much as we can. We do that through the fortification of the spirit, right? But nothing is ever new. Nothing is new. It's not new to Mother Earth. It's not new to the ancestors. Ultimately, about the dismantler spirit, what else do you have to say? When I sat down to do this reading, I really didn't know where it was going to go, so I hope it made sense. We'll be talking about this for a while. Energy. They want your energy. They want you to... Couple things. They don't want you to feel firm on your feet. They don't want you to feel like you have a foundation. They don't want you to feel like you have your own strength. They have the strength. They have the control. They'll make the decisions for you. All right? Relax. 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 It'll all be taken care of. No. You stand on firm foundation. You stand on Mother Earth. You stand on your ancestors. Right? That's how you find your balance. They want your energy. They want you to believe that love doesn't exist. And they don't want you to rest. They don't want you to rest. But here's the answer to it. To fortify your energy, you open your heart space and allow that energy, that powerful spiritual energy to come inside of it. And you close your eyes to the things that would harm your spiritual foundation. Not close your eyes as in go to sleep on it and things are happening around you, but you choose how you want to navigate it. You have to be able to rest when there's chaos happening around you because you have to be strong. Strength comes from being able to rest the body, rest the mind. If we never sleep, if we always on edge, if we always high level anxiety, then we're not going to be able to operate properly in these environments. Preserve your energy. Continue to shine your heart. Continue to shine your heart light here with the love card. Rest easy knowing that there's nothing new under the sun. They're going to always be dismantlers. But while they're dismantlers, we still have the builders. Which one are you going to be? That's really what it comes down to. Peace.